If I told you that one of the greatest boxers of all time made his name by breaking every rule in the book, Roy Jones Jr. didn't follow tradition. He didn't keep a tight guard. He didn't jab to set up combos. He didn't play it safe. And yet, for nearly a decade, he was untouchable. His fights looked like cheat codes, where the normal laws of timing, spacing, and defense simply didn't apply. But it wasn't just speed. It was rhythm, instinct, genius. Roy Jones Jr. didn't just break the rules. He understood them so well, he knew exactly which ones he could ignore, and which ones would get his opponents knocked out cold. Let's break down exactly how Roy Jones Jr. got away with doing everything wrong perfectly. Boxing 101. Never throw the same shot twice. Smart fighters adapt. They cover up, adjust, close the opening. But against Roy, they never even saw the first punch land. His speed was so blinding that he could land a left hook, and then, before his opponent even realized what happened, land the exact same hook again. It broke the natural feedback loop of boxing. You couldn't react because by the time your brain registered the mistake, you were already getting hit again. He didn't need variety, he needed repeatable dominance, and he had it in spades. You often hear, you can't knock someone out without sitting down on your punches, but Roy threw explosive power shots from his toes, off rhythm, mid-leap. His secret? Timing, placement, and speed. You can see it in the way his whole body whips into short punches. No wide load-up, no hip rotation, just boom. His power wasn't from brute strength. It came from being first, being sharp, and never letting you see it coming. Just watch his KO of Glenn Kelly, hands behind his back, full taunt, then a lightning bolt of a hook out of nowhere. That's not just athleticism, that's pure calculation. Here's another rule Roy loved to break. Never lead with your rear hand. It's slow, it opens you up, and it's usually telegraphed, but Roy made it work like a sniper rifle. He'd skip the jab entirely and fire a looping right hand right out the gate, from a squared up stance with no setup. It should have gotten him knocked out, but because his footwork was off rhythm, his opponents were never planted, never ready. It was like being punched by a shadow. He took high-risk shots, but only when he knew they'd land. The difference between Roy and other speedsters, he didn't just react, he adapted mid-motion. He wasn't doing moves. He was adjusting while moving. Head slips weren't pre-programmed, they were instinctual. Foot pivots weren't planned, they were available options in real time. Sometimes he'd start a combo, see your reaction, and mid-strike, change the target entirely. It's like he was boxing in slow motion, except he was the only one watching the replay. Roy's feet didn't follow the lines of a textbook, they rewrote them. He'd switch stances mid-combo, slide behind opponents, punch while backing up, pivoting, even hopping sideways. Sometimes he'd finish a flurry literally behind his opponent's shoulder. It wasn't footwork for points, it was positional warfare. He created new angles that no one else had the tools to use. As Sun Tzu once said, if your movements are more rapid than those of the enemy, you may retire and be safe from pursuit. Roy moved like he knew that quote by heart. Now here's the big one. Roy kept his hands low, like absurdly low. You're taught to protect the chin at all times. Roy dared you to aim for it, but when opponents tried, they missed, because he'd slip just enough, or angle just slightly, to make them pay. That low guard gave him a crystal clear view of every feint and punch. And because it broke expectations, his own punches came from weird, wide, unnatural angles. That's why his hooks and uppercuts landed clean. They came from the places your eyes weren't used to tracking. Roy wasn't unprotected, he just had different tools. He used extended arms to parry, block, and bait. He'd catch punches with the forearms, redirect them with elbow movement, sometimes even use his own missed punch as a shield. His defense didn't look like defense, but it worked, because everything was designed to keep him in counter range and force you to commit first. Roy's feints were next level. He didn't just twitch, he built entire fake attacks. He'd flare both arms, fake 2 power punches at once, and let you guess which one was real. Against James Toney, he used that exact trick to make one of the most disciplined fighters in history bite and get cracked clean. It wasn't luck, it was strategy, misdirection, and bait, wrapped in speed. Roy Jones Jr. was a once-in-a-lifetime fighter. He moved like water, hit like lightning, and fought like jazz. Improvised, improvised, improvised. He took everything we thought we knew about boxing and showed us something new. He didn't fight by the rules. He made his own game, and for nearly a decade, no one could touch him. He's not just a legend. He's proof that when you truly master the fundamentals, you earn the right to break them.